Hello everyone, welcome to this week's video announcements. I have a bunch of things to share with you, but I wanted to start by making sure folks had seen our little update to our COVID policy that we approved last week. We sent it out last Thursday, and I will put the link in the comments to that message as well in case you missed it. But the big thing around that policy that I wanted to share with you is that we have been waiting to move into our yellow stage for the three counties that are around the church, Hillsborough, Rockingham, and Middlesex, to all be in the yellow zone on covidactnow.org. And we are now there, which does not mean we can immediately move into the yellow stage. We have to stay in the yellow for 2 weeks. But right now we're anticipating that happening, which means that as of June 4th, we hope that we will be able to move into the yellow stage of our COVID policy, which is very exciting. It allows for a little more freedom to gather outside. And we've got beautiful weather right now. I'm outside right now, and it's lovely. So we're hoping that we can do more gathering outside this summer. So we'll keep you updated on that and let you know when it officially moves into the yellow stage of our policy. In the meantime, we're still connecting online in many ways. Tomorrow is our last Eat, Share, Learn of this church year. We may bring it up back in some form next year, but it's the last one of this church year. Sadie is leading it. It's at noon, and she's going to be inviting folks to share learnings from the year and kind of reflect back on this church year. So join Sadie for that, noon tomorrow. I'll put the link in the comments. Tomorrow evening, our grief group is meeting. That's led by Karen Campbell. And if you want the Zoom link for that, just reach out to Karen. She is happy to have anyone who's experiencing grief of any kind join, and that's at 7 o'clock. And at 7:30 tomorrow night, Wednesday, is our Worship Tech video production night with Jed. So you can join Jed if you want to be a part of creating videos for our worship services. He would love to see you. That's 7:30. I'll put the Zoom link in the comments. This Sunday, our one half of our adult coming of age class is going to be leading worship, which I'm really excited about. We've got 4 folks from that class who will be sharing their faith statements, and we'll be talking a little bit about what that class was like as well, and inviting you to reflect on what it is that you believe as you hear what each of these folks share. So it's adult coming of age service. It's a really fabulous group of people. We're doing this in 2 parts. So one is this Sunday, and then we're doing a second one with 3 other folks from the class in August. So I hope you'll join us Sunday morning, 10 a.m. For that worship service. We have a few things coming up. Annual meeting, of course, is coming up on June 6th. It'll be at noon. And we're inviting you to log on between 11:30 and noon to check in. And you do need to register for that so that your correct name pops up on Zoom. So I will put the link to register for our annual meeting in the comments, and I hope you'll come. We're going to hear reports, vote on our budget, and our elected positions in the congregation. And we'll do some thanking of volunteers, and we're gonna have a little fun too. There's a surprise musical interlude, which I'm not going to tell you any more about because you have to show up at annual meeting to see it. But I hope you'll be there. It's at noon on June 6th. And the next weekend is Flower Communion. It's the last Sunday of our regular church year. So we're going to have our online Flower Communion service in the morning. And then in the afternoon from 3 to 5 p.m., which is different than it said in the newsletter last week, but we moved it a little later in the afternoon. So 3 to 5 p.m., we're going to invite people to come for an all-ages drop-in faith formation event. And there'll be a whole bunch of different things that you can do. So first, we want to invite you to engage in a flower communion moment, to bring a flower to share and leave it for others to take, and to take a flower. And we will invite you to bring that flower to the service that morning so we can bless all the flowers that we're going to share, and then bring it to church that afternoon, and you can actually share it with someone else in the congregation. So we'll do a flower communion. We'll also have the opportunity for you to visit our sanctuary in little five-minute blocks. We're going to allow just 2 pods in at a time so that you can be on different halves of the sanctuary. You can visit the space, sit, and contemplate, say hello to our sanctuary, whatever feels good to you. And Jed will be playing some piano music throughout that time. So there'll be a chance to actually go inside and visit the sanctuary briefly. We will have the opportunity to make cards for Sandy Martinage, who's our sexton, who is retiring at the end of June after many years of being our sexton. So we want to do a big thank you for her. So we're going to have a table set up so you can make cards for Sandy. We will also have a table set up so that you can decorate stickers for our little free farm stand. They're going to put them on the bags that people take vegetables home in. So you can decorate stickers and put a little cheer on those bags for our little free farm stand this summer. We'll have the opportunity for you to add to a kind of a communal mural, a flower mural of reflecting back on this past year. And it'll be your last chance to see Ben in person. Ben will be there, and he would love to see you. And one more thing, our kids and youth can pick up their summer packets. So there'll be a bunch of things happening at that flower communion event, 3 to 5. You'll get a link to sign up. I really hope we'll get to see you. It's amazing to see people in person. So I hope we'll see you that afternoon. General Assembly is still coming up. You can still sign up. That is at the end of June, June 23rd through 27th. There's some really cool pieces to it, including that Stacey Abrams is going to be one of the featured speakers. So I would love to see you virtually for GA. We've got at least 6 or 7 folks from the congregation going, and Sadie and I are planning to go. And let me know if you are planning to go to GA, because we do kind of try to connect as UU Nashua during that time, and we would love to connect with you. Our summer services are also coming up. Those will start on Father's Day. Jim Von Villard is doing a service on about fathering and fatherhood on Father's Day. So he will be excited to see you at that first one and then continue throughout the summer. We've got some great services planned, and we're still looking for some tech volunteers. So if you think, I could handle sharing my screen on Zoom and doing some other tech stuff, we would love to have you be a tech helper this summer. You will be trained. Erica and Frank Grossman will do some training with you in June, and you can pick out the Sundays that you're available, but we could use a few more people. So if you are able to help with that, if you could reach out to Erica, uucnoffice@uunashua.org, that would be great. We would love your help. Another thing that's coming up this summer, as soon as we get into that yellow zone, I'm going to be hosting a casual play group for families with kids ages 0 to 5-ish, kind of our toddlers and preschoolers. We've been looking for a way for that group to connect, and it looks like it's going to be safe enough for us to be outdoors this summer. So that's going to happen Saturday mornings at 10, a couple times a month throughout the summer. The first one is going to be June 5th. and you can stay tuned for the other dates. So June 5th, it'll be at the church in the front play yard that is part of our preschool. So if you've got a kid ages 0 to 5-ish, if you've got a 6-year-old, you can totally come too. We'd love to see you for just some casual playtime and connection on June 5th. And that's it. That's everything I've got this week. That was a lot. Thanks for hanging in there till the end of this. And I hope you have a wonderful week and enjoy some of this nice weather. And I hope I'll see you on Sunday for our adult coming of age service.